So, let's talk about Figma. You've probably heard it called the Google Docs of design. And honestly, that's a perfect way to put it. Today, we're going to dive into what that actually means and why this one tool has totally shaken up the world for designers, developers, and pretty much anyone involved in building digital products.
I mean, think about how things used to be. You know the drill, right? You'd have files named V1, V2, VFinal, VFinal for real this time. It was a total nightmare of lost email attachments and constant confusion. But what if all of that just went away? What if building an entire app interface felt as smooth and simple as jumping into a Google Doc with your team? That's the exact problem Figma decided to solve. And here's their solution. At its heart, Figma is a design tool that lives completely in your web browser. Now, there are two really big ideas here. First, it's cloud-based, which means everything saves automatically in real time. No more lost work. And second, it was built from the ground up for teamwork, letting multiple people work in the very same file at the very same time.
So here's our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to start with the big ideas behind Figma, its foundation. Then we'll get into the fun stuff, the creative toolkit. After that, we'll cover some pro tips to make you super productive. And finally, we'll see how it all comes together for team collaboration. Okay, first up, the Figma foundation. Before we get lost in all the cool features, we need to understand the core principles that make Figma so fundamentally different from the old way of designing things. It really all comes down to these four things. Being cloud-based means you can finally stop hitting save every 2 seconds. It's cross-platform, so it doesn't matter if you're on a Mac, PC, or Linux. If you've got a browser, you're good to go. The version history is an absolute lifesaver. It's like a time machine for your project. And maybe best of all, you can build clickable interactive prototypes right there in the same file. No need for a separate app. All right, with that foundation in place, let's open up the toolbox and see what we can build. This is all about the tools you'll be using day to day. Now, the single most important concept you need to get is components. Seriously, think of them like digital Lego bricks. You design one perfect element, a button let's say, and you make it a component. From then on, you can reuse that master brick anywhere you want. And here's why that's so powerful. Imagine you've used that button on 50 different screens, and your boss decides they want it to be a different color. Instead of a mind-numbing hour of hunting each one down, you just update the one master component, and boom, every single one changes instantly. It's a massive time saver, and it keeps your design perfectly consistent. With variants, you can even bundle all its different states, like hover or disabled, into one neat little package. Next up is auto layout. If components are the Lego bricks, auto layout is the magic that makes them all fit together perfectly. This feature lets you create flexible designs that adapt automatically. So when you change the text on a button from buy to add to cart, the button just stretches to fit. No more manual resizing. It's absolutely key for making designs that work on any screen size. Okay, you get the basics, but now it's time to level up. This section is all about how the pros get incredibly fast in Figma. It's all about working smarter, not harder. And the best place to start your journey to becoming a Figma wizard is actually the simplest trick in the book. Keyboard shortcuts. I know, but trust me on this. Just learning a few can totally change your workflow. Want to add that magical auto layout we were just talking about? Just hit Shift plus A. Bam, done. Want to turn something into a reusable component? Control plus Alt plus K. Once you build that muscle memory, you'll feel like you're flying. Now, shortcuts are great, for sure, but they're just one piece of the productivity puzzle. To really hit top speed, you gotta look at the two other heavy hitters, plugins and libraries. The big idea here is simple. Don't reinvent the wheel. Plugins are like a mini app store right inside Figma. You can find tools that'll instantly add icons, stock photos, or even complex charts to your designs. And libraries? Libraries are the secret to team consistency. You can publish your entire design system, all your official colors, fonts, and components, so that everyone on the team is building with the exact same set of approved Lego bricks. Which brings us to our last and honestly most important section. This is about how Figma completely transforms design from a solo mission into a true team sport. I mean, this slide says it all, right? The before picture is chaos. Endless file versions, feedback lost in email threads. The with Figma world is just calm. You share one single live link. That's it. Everyone is always looking at the latest version, and all the feedback happens right there on the design itself. It's a single source of truth. So here's how that all works. You can actually see your teammates' cursors moving around in real time. You can design side by side. You can click on any element to leave a comment and tag a colleague so they get a notification. Sharing is as easy as sending a link, and you have total control over who can view or edit. Plus, it hooks into tools your team is already using, like Slack or Notion, to keep everyone in the loop.
But what about the really early, messy stages of a project? For that, there's FigJam. Think of it as a giant collaborative online whiteboard. It's the perfect place for brainstorming, creating diagrams, or running workshops, all within that same Figma ecosystem. It keeps the entire creative journey, from the first messy idea to the final pixel-perfect design, all in one place.
So when you zoom out, you see that Figma has really become much more than just a tool for designers. It's the central hub, the shared workspace where the entire team, designers, product managers, engineers, you name it, can come together to build things. And that leaves us with one final big question to think about. When our tools get so good that they remove all the annoying friction, the version control, the file sharing, the communication breakdowns, what does that mean for us? When the tool itself is no longer the bottleneck, what's the new limit for our own creativity?